Greetings, this is Bruce Ward, and welcome to another 5-minute Lightroom tip. This is lesson number 4, Introduction to Import. The import process is where you associate your images with the catalog in Lightroom. We could spend the entire day and probably longer talking about the catalog. But for the moment, we're going to talk about just a quick introduction to the import process. The import process is done in the library module. So let's go to that module now. To start the import process, you go over here to the lower left-hand corner and click on this tab that says Import. And that eventually opens up the import dialog, which is showing on the screen now. In a nutshell, you've got 4 ways you can import your photos into Lightroom. Those 4 are showing up here at the top of the screen in the center. One method is copy as DNG. Another is copy. Another is move. And the last one is add. You'll notice when you click on each of those choices, a short description appears below, telling you a little bit about what the process will be. Copy is where typically you would copy your images and import them from a media card. Such as a compact flash or SD card. I've got a compact flash card loaded in a card reader, and it shows up here right there, and we'll go ahead and click on that, and then that brings up the images that are on the card. Most of these are grayed out, which means they've been imported before, but there are a handful of new images down at the bottom here that haven't been imported. Copy will do 2 things. One, it will copy the images from the source you select and place them in a location that you specify, and at the same time it will associate the images with the catalog, which is the import function. Copy as DNG is essentially the same as copy, except it does one additional thing. It converts any raw images into the DNG format, which is a proprietary raw format developed by Adobe. We'll talk a little bit more about DNG in later videos. The other 2 choices, move and add, are not available when you're importing from a media card. Let's say that, for instance, instead of importing images from a media card, instead you want to import images that are already on your computer, like, for instance, on an external hard drive. Let's click on the external hard drive, and then that allows the additional functions of move or add to be used. Add happens to be the method that I always use. The add function does not move or copy any of your images, but leaves them in place where they might be located on your computer. It then imports the images into the Lightroom catalog. As I will touch on in a little more detail in a later video, the images are not actually stored in the catalog. They are merely associated with the catalog through the import process. The move function will copy your images that are located on your computer to a location specified by you and import those images into the catalog and then delete or erase the images from wherever they were originally located on your computer. Frankly, I don't know anyone that ever uses the move function, but I suppose there is a reason for it. To my way of thinking, there's a lot of risk associated with it, particularly because part of the process involves erasing your images from where they were originally stored. But the function is available, and I wanted to point it out to you. Regardless of which method you use, when you're ready to complete the import process, go down here to the lower right-hand corner and click on this button right here which says Import. That will start the actual importing of your images into Lightroom using whichever import method you chose. Depending on how many images you have to import and various other conditions you may have specified in the import dialog, this process could take some time. There will be a progress bar which appears up here in the upper left-hand corner that will give you an indication of the progress of the import process. If for any reason you want to bail out of the import process, just click on this tab that says Cancel. We're going to go ahead and do that since I don't want to commence any import at this time. That takes us back to the library module, which is where we started. Obviously, there is a lot more to the import process, and we'll touch on some of those other things in later videos. But for the moment, this gives you a quick look at the ways you can import your images into Lightroom and get started on the edit process in the Develop module. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.